Hello, welcome back to another video, and we are gonna focus today on how to demolish a bus, and should you. What do I mean by that? You basically have to decide what you want to keep and what you don't, right? You might have questions in that. So for example, this stop sign, right? I'm deciding to take this off. Some people might decide to keep it, put a logo on it. That's what I mean by we're going to demolish, how to demolish a bus, and then should you and what you should and shouldn't, right? You want to take these mirrors off, right? Everybody's got their own personal reasons, but the main stuff we're going to talk about is inside. So let's go in there. Welcome to the inside of the bus. Now, this is where you're going to have a lot of, and I have to be careful how much I go into it in this video, because I am going to do a video on like pretty much every single step, right? But okay, so here we are. We have the seats out. I've already done a video on how to take the seats out and the heaters. Like, we have a blank slate pretty much, right? Now, some people at this point would throw a futon in, a dresser, some magnet curtains up, and call it a day. Totally cool if that works for you, right? Now, if you want to get a little bit deeper, you could pull this floor up and redo the subfloor and all that stuff. Now, the reason you would want to do that, I'm not going to be the type of guy that's going to tell you have to do anything. You could throw a bed in here right now and you got a Skoolie conversion. If you're happy with that, that's cool. Don't let anybody tell you like you have to do it a certain way. I'm just telling you how I do things, how I like to do things, and what I've learned. I'm just sharing my knowledge. I'm not telling you what to do, right? I guess that's the difference here. The benefits to pulling the floor up is if your subfloor is rotted, you're gonna know you got leaks for sure. And if your subfloor is rotted, you're probably gonna have rust on your floor. So it's like probably the only time you're gonna be able to deal with that. Fix the leaks in your windows, treat the rust, put fresh subfloor down. That's why you would typically want to take the floor up if you want to, right? I've floored over the rubber before. It was a bus from Arizona. There's no rust pretty much on those buses. So a lot of determining factors on where you got the bus, what you're going to do with the bus, blah, 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 blah. Now, one of the biggest things is people like to take the skins off, take the whatever off. Typically you would do that to redo the insulation and again fix anything you would see. I've done a lot of buses. I've really never seen rust under any of this. The only time I've ever really found rust was on the floor, because that's where water goes, is down. So it comes down to, do you like the aesthetic? Like, I've seen people take the metal down and put new insulation up and put the metal back if they like the metal. You can kind of choose your own adventure, right? But let's say you want to pull this metal down. You got these rivets. You're going to destroy this metal if you have rivets. No way you're putting that back up, right? So let's just say you out there watching this, you're watching this video because you want to know how to take all this stuff off and what to do from there, right? The biggest mistake I see people do is just take it off and throw it away. What do I mean by that? This piece of metal right here, right? You see this curve? I see people do this all the time. They'll take this stuff down, put it in a pile, throw it away. That's a template, right? You take this down, anything like that, you're gonna take down and set aside, right? Because now I can take this piece of metal, put it on a piece of plywood, trace it out, and you have a template, right? I see this is one of the most common things I see people do when they're building the bus. Look at what you've got going on and decide, am I going to need that shape later? Do I want to just put this piece of metal back up? You know what I'm saying? Keep some of those pieces like that you think are going to matter. You know, like this stuff right here, this is all just a rectangle. From there to there, you can put boards up, not that crazy. Anything like this with shapes, maybe even keep one of these. Anything you think you could use as a template. That right there, you could stick that on a piece of plywood. Huge hack. I've definitely struggled and made mistakes and wish that I had kept some of that metal. So when you're demolishing, one of the biggest things is look ahead of time, and are you going to want any of that stuff for a template? Also, yeah, I think that's really a big one. And then you just have to decide how far you want to go. Like I said, if this is your bus right here and you want to live in that, that's cool, right? If you want to pull all this out, redo the insulation, we're going to do that in this video. So I just wanted to hop in here with this little talking piece, kind of give you that little deal, and then yeah, let's get into it. So, oh, and also we're going to decide what we're keeping and what we're not, right? So for example, this whole deal here, I wanted to keep this bus super OG and keep this, and then I had to change a fuel filter, and it was a pain in the butt having to take that off. I plan on living in this bus from time to time, and I want to be able to maintenance the motor easier if I need to. So it's like pre-gaming, pre-planning. You need to know what you're gonna do before you start doing anything. Don't just hop in here and start doing stuff, because you need to pre-game a little bit. So, and one of the other big deals is getting this stuff out of the way. I want to expose the wire looms. I want to pull like all the bus wiring to like the flashers, all that stuff. I want to get all that pulled so it isn't a potential parasitic draw. So let's start taking stuff apart. The easy stuff like this, you just use a drill. Anything you want to take off, cool. But don't take something off and wish you didn't, or throw something away you wish you would use a template. That's enough talking. Now let's actually do some work. I just thought of another little hack I want to share real quick. So any of the bus stuff like this, you see this stop sign, this is still wired up. See, still got power. If you want to just quickly disconnect any of this type of stuff, like even the backup alarm, I already did it. You can just cut the wire and just get some electrical tape on it, and it'll keep it from signal passing through, turning on the whatever, right? Quick way to just disconnect all the bus stuff without getting into the looms yet. I still will go into the looms and pull the wire, but like this stop sign came out on me today when I was driving. We need to go ahead and handle that right now. Quick tip, now let's work. Just want to make a note real quick. You see me just cap those wires, stick them back in the wall. I typically wouldn't be done right there, right? I'm planning on pulling the skins on the inside, and then I'm going to chase that loom back to the fuse block and pull them out. But I just did that for now, so there isn't like a bundle of wires hanging out the side of my rig if I go to drive it anywhere. Okay, little hack. Anytime we're messing with the emergency stuff, that'll typically keep the vehicle from starting, or it's gonna set off buzzers and stuff. Anytime you do anything like that, start the vehicle after you cap the wires and make sure there's no problems. Welcome back to a brand new day. And we started demolition. We're gonna finish demolition. Today's gonna kind of be around rivet removal, right? So I'm gonna finish taking out the screws that I could just pop out with a blaster. And I have a few tricks on rivet removal. Buses with rivets suck, right? Anybody who's built a bus before, when they come with screws or rivets, if you have screws, thank Bus Life Jesus, right? If you have rivets, you gotta fight the fight, right? So I have a couple tricks. They don't always work. There's a few different ways. I'll just walk you through it. Basically, the first way is you have an air hammer and you pop the centers out, and then you take the chisel and you just basically cut the heads off, right? That's one way. The other way is you drill them out. The other way is you take an angle grinder and just cut them off. So it depends on the rivets they used, on what option is going to work for you. That's how you take rivets out. I am going to just start working. And yeah, I guess you'll see what we end up doing. It might be a combination of a few different things. Good morning. It's a new day. Mike from Unboxing Life Official is here again. This again is the man who drove this bus here from Colorado.
Yeah.
Let's go inside and get our mission going. So today we are still working on demolition. Oh, I forgot that tool. I'll show it to you later. Actually, you want to go get it?
Yeah.
So you guys have seen the ways that I've been cutting these out so far, but somebody told me about this thing, and I'll put the link in the description if it actually works out. I'll let you know if that thing actually works. We're gonna try it, but we're just gonna hop into it and start getting these rivets off. Goal today is to get these sheets down and get these side panels out. See if we can get her done. Okay, so I've never used this, right? I think the way it works, because you see this, I think, yeah, see? I think this keeps the rivet from spinning. I don't know. We're gonna find out right now. You ready? So that one's already kind of done. Let's try this one. You might want to go to the other side. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, it's not really doing shit. All right, let's try this. What the? Are you not doing this right? Let's try this. Okay, so far, I'm not going to put the link in the description. That was a $100 mistake. I wonder if I could just return it. That was literally bullpucky.
Shit.
Mike just took a hit.
Oh, man.
So we're running into an issue. Our air hammer is malfunctioning, giving us problems.
Yeah.
So it's husky. I'm gonna see. Oh, we need to take our air thing. Well, let's see if they'll do it first. We need to see if we can exchange this because it's working what, every other time?
Yeah, not even.
So we got a malfunctioning air hammer. It works when it works, but we also have an air compressor that's too small and can't keep up. So we're gonna go to Home Depot, see if we can exchange the air hammer. We're gonna see if we can rent a big air compressor.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I don't know if we can. I don't necessarily want to buy one, but if we can rent a big one, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So we're gonna head to Home Depot. I'm probably not gonna film any of that in this video. I'll let you know when we get back.
Just right here, and on the bottom, that's where the, you know.
Nice, probably lay it down. Solid.
So we just got that bigger air compressor because we talked about that earlier. Crazy story. We actually were at Home Depot trying to exchange our air hammer, and we're looking at the boxes, and turns out it needs a 20-gallon compressor minimum, and I was running it off like a 2. So that could have been why we were having so many problems. So I went looking at a 20-gallon compressor because I'd like to have one anyways, and I just happened to check Facebook Marketplace, found one used for half price, and it came with some extra air tools. Brand new, right?
Yeah, brand new.
And the thing was, I told dude, I was like, hey man, I want to buy this, but the deal is I need to be able to buy it right now. Not later, right now. Homie was available, we went and picked it up, got a sweet little compressor. Let's get back to work.
Alright, so I realized instead of cutting the rivet out and chopping at it, you could use leverage and close it. And then it pops right out by itself, and you never have to cut the rivet in half. So you just go, boom, and there's a whole entire rivet.
Alright, I want to show you something real quick. So I got all the rivets cut on these walls, but you're going to see this is actually tucked under the window, which we are going to pull these and reseal, but for now we just need to make a cut with the grinder all the way along there so that we can pull the walls off, and when we get to the windows it'll come out. But so yeah, let's do that. Every single rivet has been cut. I don't know if I have the energy to pull these skins tonight. Gonna touch base with Mike, see how he's feeling.